Hello and welcome back to Pixelmon. I decided to do this bonus little episode because I've been working on a lot of stuff off camera, but I'm kind of at the point where there's a lot more I want to get done because other people on the server now, when they're starting to get way ahead of me, but I don't want to do a bunch more stuff and then you guys feel like you missed an episode. At the same time, I don't want to hold off on doing stuff and then fall way behind everyone else. So I decided to do this bonus episode. Yay! Before I start, I would like to note that at the top left of my screen, you will now see the coordinates and such I had hidden under my face cam in the last episode. Pretty much originally, I wanted to put the face cam above my party where the coordinates are now. But when I tried it, I realized they were on top of the Pokemon stats when I was in a battle, so I decided to move it around and eventually decided that above the coordinates was the best place I could put it. So for the first two episodes, you couldn't see that stuff, but now you can, so yay! Anyway, I'm here at spawn for two reasons. One, because I want to show you what I got recently, and it's in the PC, and I still don't have a PC at my base, because I want to make it this episode. And two, because, yeah, I'm going to be battling Purple, because him and Neros have been on the server a lot. I have a link to their Twitch or YouTube channels in the description. Purple has been streaming, and Neros is doing a series as well. So, yeah, but pretty much when Purple was exploring, he managed to find 5 Master Balls. So I asked him what he wanted for one, and he wanted to battle. The stakes are, if I win, I get a Master Ball, and if he wins, I show him my base, because he doesn't know where it is yet. He'll find out soon enough anyway, probably. But yeah, anyway, the PC. So I kind of reorganized. Box 1's just where stuff will go. Here's the stuff I'm going to be wonder trading. Then we scroll all the way through here. I think it's around here. These are the spare Flygons that I decided, or not Flygons, Trapinch that I decided to keep. And here's my team box. So since last episode, I did catch some stuff just because I couldn't pass it up. I found a Combuskin, a Zurich, and a Nidoran. And those ones at the bottom were my wonder trades. Let me just go back to them real quick. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but I got Kakuna, which is useless. And, is that Snivy or Servine or what? Yeah, Servine, which is a grass starter. Kind of hard to find, so I don't mind it. It's not the best, though. I forget if losing speed on this is good or not. Anyway, it's not that great. It's not that bad. But anyway, my new Pokemon here. Okay, so pretty much when I was just going around, I tried to catch a Blaziken and it died, or it killed me, or one of the two, I forget. But I found a Combuskin, and I was like, okay, I really did want a Blaziken, so I'm going to catch this. So we look at its stats real quick. It has attack boosting nature, which is good. It has not that good of a moveset at the moment. And yeah, then we have our Nidoran male. I caught this because it was enormous. It was huge. It looked like it should have been its evolution, yet it wasn't evolved. And it has a nice and neutral nature and a pretty decent moveset for its level, and it will evolve very, very soon. And finally, we have the Zurich. I saw this when I was showing Neros where my base was right outside of spawn. I was like, okay, I haven't seen one of these before on the server. I have to catch her. I'm not going to get it. So he doesn't have his ability, which kind of ruins the point of him. And speed reducing nature isn't that good, but he is a special attacker, so at least that kind of makes up for it. Now let me look at their IVs real quick, and then I'll battle Purple, who's outside the window. Pretty much Purple has a lot higher level Pokemon than me, so I'm probably going to lose, but still, never know. Okay, so the Nidoran's IVs, if I remember right, are pretty good. Yeah, he has pretty much maxed attack and speed and HP, and pretty good defense. So he should be pretty strong since, well, usually they're a special attacker because they get the ability, but he won't have the ability, so I can make him a physical attacker in Pixelmon. But he's too level to bring, so I'm just going to be putting him back along with my little Sphinx here. Okay, so here are the final two's IVs. Blaziken is kind of slow and decent attack. Zurich here doesn't have very good special attack, but I don't know, he'd probably be a decent mixed attackers. It's more the thing, I don't want to catch a whole bunch of Pokemon when they're hard to find, and these two are hard to find in my opinion. So yeah, my total level should not pass 100. That was kind of the rules of this, so I have to put someone back. So I think I'm going to put back Combuskin, and Purple's out there, and okay, I'm kind of a bit over leveled, but yeah. Hold on 1 second, let me check with him and heal, and then we'll start the battle for the Master Ball. Okay, so here's Purple, and we're going to battle for that Master Ball in his hand. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll send out my Pokemon first, and hopefully I don't hit that Fearow. Okay, good. So the rules of the battle are he only has 2, and I have 4. And around level 100, so let's go. Pixelmon Purple Chaos 5 name initiate a battle with you. That's not funny at all. So, a Drapion. I think I'm screwed.
And it has metronome.
How is metronome increasing your power on the first hit? Well, I do have a trick up my sleeve to prevent me from losing to him. Immune to poison. Ha!
Not dark.
No, he's resistant to it in
dark.
this gen. So, yeah. Okay, we both missed.
Wait, what did that say?
Your Night Slash missed, my Metal Claw missed. What the?
And you died. Crits. Crits, that's how.
You afraid? The Fearo's pushing him. I just realized this guy has a horrible moveset.
You just caught random Pokemon, didn't you?
No, this was all I had at the moment. Okay, now you're in for it. Oh my god, this could actually work if I get really lucky. I didn't get lucky. Come on.
GG.
Aww. Well, I lost that battle. Now I have to show where my base is. So it's kind of a long trek, so I think I'm just going to cut when I'm there, and I'm going to take out the rest of my normal team. So, yeah. Okay, so he's about to see my base here, which, yeah. I've been doing a lot of off-camera work, and there's a lot of other things I have to mention. So when we get there, I'll talk about it. But pretty much, as you can see from here, I did make a second little village up there for the villagers because I was tired of them opening doors. And I think I did plant more sugarcane. I did a bit more farms, which I'll show you later. But yeah, overall, I was working on the city area and hollowing it out. And let's see what Purple has to say about it. So, what do you think?
You cheated.
How'd I cheat?
You used a freaking village.
I built the village. I was talking about the giant city behind it.
The village was already here.
The small little village, yes. Or the one down here, the one up there I built. And I've been building this giant city into this cavern as well, which is pretty awesome. So, what do you think of it?
Very simple.
Simple?
Clean and nice.
How is this simple? It's in a
You have no
giant
varying
cavern.
textures.
What?
You have no varying textures. It's plain looking.
It's no varying textures because the city's not built.
Still, it looks plain.
And yeah, here's the houses I made for the villagers because I was tired of them opening doors. And when I got rid of the doors, they just start to wander. And I didn't want that, so I built houses for them. And this is the base where I've been staying. So, I want to trade my upgrade for a Master Ball?
Might want to check your chest.
Oh, you gave me a Master Ball.
I was planning on giving it to you anyway.
You bastard, you made me battle just for nothing.
Yeah,
Also, I took Purple's
farm is
Moonstone
dead.
off camera. What?
Your farm is kind of dead.
Yeah, Pixelmon jump on it. I need to move
Like,
it.
really dead.
Oh, I know.
Put a fence around it.
They jump off the cliff.
Why'd you put it under a cliff?
I didn't think in advance, okay? I plan to move all this stuff later when I build my actual base in the city. This was just my outpost so I could have some chests to build the city. Okay, and yeah, we'll have to record again in the future episodes, but thanks for battling me, and thanks for the Master Ball.
Thanks for losing.
Yeah. Okay, so Purple left and now it's just me, but yeah, I have a lot of stuff to show you that I've been working on, and there's a lot more stuff I want to do. Pretty much, I have revised the village, and like I said, I made that little village up here. I'll just go show you real quick. It's not too fancy, just a few nice little sandstone houses. I mined out sandstone from on the mountain, replacing it with cobbles, so I could build these houses. But yeah, the villagers, once I destroyed the doors, kind of started wandering away from the village, which was bad, so I decided just to build this little area so they'd stay close by and build these fancy stairs. And I kind of redid this area to look a bit nicer too. I built a staircase up to the well here, and I built a farm here, but Pixelmon keep trampling it. yeah, food has been a bit of an issue, but it has since been fixed, because if you look now, it says last 12 foods instead of 20, because once Neros and Purple got on the server, they complained it was hard, and I was already having a bit of issue. They still complain it's hard, but I think it's okay now with only 12 foods, because you really don't need to rotate 3 foods or 4 food types instead of before you need like 7. So yeah, I also put some pumpkins and watermelons there, but pretty much all the stalks got destroyed. I do have a good bit of pumpkins and watermelons in my chest though, so it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, I think I did get this off camera, a shielding backpack, which is actually, let me put down my current one, an ender one. So if I break this, you can see the shielding backpack is a protection 5 backpack. So it's pretty cool, and you know, I can open it like another normal one, I should say. And yeah, in here it hasn't changed too much. I made an ender chest. If you look inside, I have a whole bunch of my stuff in here. Pretty much, I used my diamonds to make a diamond pickaxe. That's the Master Ball Purple just gave me. And I went mined a bunch of obsidian. I made an ender chest. I made the ender backpack. So I put my stuff in here, because once Neros and Purple got on, I didn't feel safe about leaving all my stuff in my chest, because I think one of them would have found my base sooner or later and might have took something. So, yeah. I also took this moonstone from Purple's house. He really didn't care, though. And I also went there and mined a bunch of cobble. I did leave him a present, though, although it might have crashed the server a bit. I'm not sure. We still don't know exactly what happened there. So, yeah, other stuff. I think I might have made the other furnace just because I was smelling a lot of stone. I have a tools chest here, a blocks chest here. I mined a bunch of cobblestone, or the limestone variants under Purple's base, just because I want limestone for my city. I have a lot of other stuff here. Not too much has really changed. I did stock up on ender pearls off camera, I think, to make crystal wings and such. And I have a bit of food here. And over here I have all my Pokemon stuff. I have a good bit of apricorns, but I kind of ran out of Pokeballs, as you can see, because okay, actually earlier today, and just to mention, I'm only recording a few days after episode 2, but yeah, earlier today I encountered a shiny Pokemon. It was right over here, and I was just doing stuff, and I saw a shiny Drapion, the scorpion one. I was just like, oh my god, it's like level 40, but I think I can catch it. But what happened was I only have all the Pokemon in my party now besides the Nidoran, and my Marshtomp was already damaged, and I didn't heal because I ran back immediately, grabbed all my Pokeballs, including my Ultra and Great Balls, and went to fight it. And I just tried to like catch it without weakening it at first, because I thought it was going to wipe me. But thankfully my Metang was able to hang in with its poison immunity and kind of resist most of its attacks. But in the end, it made me white out, and by the time I got back here, of course, it was gone, and I used all my Ultra Balls and Great Balls in the process, so I'll have to make more of them off camera. Oh, and speaking of shinies, Neros did find the first shiny like 5 minutes after I got on the server. He found a shiny Voltorb and managed to catch it. Purple did run into a shiny Luxray on his first stream, I believe, and it roared him and vanished, so that was kind of sad and hilarious at the same time. But yeah, and besides that, Wonder Trade was also tweaked to be every 12 hours, just because I think that still does the same purpose as every 1 day, or every day, 24 hours. But yeah, I still haven't been on too much since that was changed, so I only still have Wonder Trade a couple of those trap benches, but hopefully by next episode I'll Wonder Trade the rest, so yeah. Anyway, if we come over here, you will see the bridge I built to my city, a lot like the spawn bridge. If we look from out here, you can see how cool it looks, but I found that the wall to the city isn't as thick as I originally assumed it was. So instead of building like into the mountain, kind of like originally planned, like originally I thought I'd come over here and then this would kind of be like a cave entrance, not like open as much. And then there'd be a city here and then it would come out the other side. But that was very thin, and I built another bridge over here. And also here's my Apricorn Farm, which I'll harvest now. I just planted a whole bunch of them because I figured I'd be doing a lot of, you know, work, and I'd have time to collect them and they would grow and such. So yeah, I have all these apricorns, so I can make a bunch more Great Balls. I don't have much for the Ultra Balls and such at the moment, and just to mention, I will be moving this farm and the other farm into the city and my base and such once they're built. But currently it's more of an outline of a city than the actual city, and I missed the black apricorn. Can't have that because they're really, really useful. Anyway, so I think the bridges to the city are pretty much done, but when we come here, you can kind of see the outline of stuff I did in dirt just for the moment, but here's how I'm thinking it. Right here will kind of be like the gatehouse. Like, you know in Pokemon when you go between like a route and a city, sometimes there's that little building you enter for a transition? Well, that's what this will be. To this side of the city, there'll be the mines and another portal. So I'm not sure how much I want to do with this. I do need to kind of mine up to make it look more natural. This is just as high as I could have mined without like placing blocks and scaffolding kind of stuff. So I was thinking like the nether portal will be here, so it's not actually in the city. But yeah, and currently the plan is we're probably going to use the nether just for transportation for the moment, and we're still looking into a teleport mod, but until then, nether will be our transport between places, because it's a big, or a pretty long walk between spawn and here. I actually just try and get myself whited out so I could teleport to spawn quickly, then crystal wing back, because I have my bed here. But yeah, so on this side though, there'll be the city proper, and like I said, since I couldn't really build it into a mountain, I decided to build it kind of into this underhang area in the little, you know, area around the lake, and I also expanded the stone out into the lake a bit more, so I had more space to build without going as much into the mountain, because I wanted to keep this wall kind of level with the outside here. Like, I didn't want it to curve back further around here, but I still might change my mind on that. Okay, so once you get into the city proper here, the first thing I kind of had planned was right in here is the Pokemart, and kind of how I want to do it is the buildings stick out of the cliff, but they're kind of built back into it, so they're not taking up all the space. And of course, there would be like a pathway to walk. Then right here would be the Poke Center, which I guess you'd enter from here or here. But, you know, it could be built into this. And I do want to make it kind of curve down, kind of like over there, I guess. So, yeah, it should kind of slope back around the buildings more. But, I don't know. I have to see how it goes when I try and build it. I'm not the best creative builder, but I think I can try to imitate the upper patterns up there a bit anyway. Although I might make it a bit too even like I did here and look unnatural then. Here's where I thought my base would be, like the entrance, and it would go up and down and all around secret rooms and whatnot. And here's where I thought my gym would be. So, yeah. And then over here, I'm not sure. I might have something else like the teleport. And here's like a secret passage out to the desert side, which I thought was cool just to have, just because of how close it was. Like, I came down here and realized this probably will connect to the city, so I mined straight through and came out there, and then later tore down this section too. So those are the only 4 planned things at the moment: the Pokemart, the Poke Center, my base, and the gym. And the gym will kind of go back into the wall. I probably will bring it closer to the wall and go back further and not this far out, just because it kind of cuts down on pathways and such. But yeah, the gym will be mostly underground though, so I don't know. This is currently what I have planned for the city, and I think it looks really awesome, or will be. I just need to get a lot more work done to make it a reality, but yeah. I don't know. I think this will be a really cool looking city when it's done. Like, you come over the bridge and you just see the city just out before you there, come through here in a little gatehouse and go out to the city, and yeah, it should be really cool. Okay, well, I came a little close to starving there, and I realized I didn't have my ender backpack on me, which I like to keep on me because I can just hit my keybind here and access all my ender backpacky stuff, which is for the most part useful stuff. So yeah, anyway, so you might have noticed I did do some training. I was trying to aim for 20, but I kind of upped it to 25. I do want to evolve some of my Pokemon now, because I think I'm pretty close to it. So let me pick some fights real quick, and then I can hopefully evolve a couple of these Pokemon. Ooh, a Numel, that's pretty good. So yeah, let me just get into battle here with my Nidoran male, and then see how big it is. Look how big. It's almost as big as me, and that's the lowest stage. Imagine how massive that Nidoking will be. I almost don't want to evolve it because I think it's cooler this way. So I sent out Marshtomp. It used a magnitude 8, and I'm going to hit it with, I don't think it's ground yet, so I'm going to use Mud Bomb. He learned that leveling up. I probably should have done a more proper team review. My bad. I think I missed, I'm not sure. Let's see, Mud Bomb, accuracy decrease, super effective magnitude, magnitude missed. One more Mud Bomb, and I killed it. And Nidoran male leveled up, and now it evolves because it was one level of evolving. So I wonder how big this Nidoran's going to be. I hope it looks cool, and I didn't just lose a really cool looking Nidoran. But yeah, he has really good stats, and I definitely want him as part of my team. And if you haven't caught on what type my gym is, it's pretty obvious for my team. Just compare the types of what's in my party right now, and you'll kind of figure it out. He actually looks like he got a bit smaller when he evolved. I don't know, let's see. Nidorino. Yeah, I think he was bigger in his lower form, but I do think he's the biggest growth rate, enormous. I might be wrong, there might be a bigger one, but yeah. Anyway, now I had to evolve this little guy here. Oops. Yeah, this little Sphinx, because he already tried to evolve twice and I canceled it, so I think he deserves his evolution. Okay, I'm not sure if this fight with a Magikarp will be enough to level him, but he should easily be able to take it out. And he leveled up, so he's now evolving in the water. I'm not sure how this works for an electric type. Either it could be good or bad. I'm not sure how much he likes the water. He is kind of cat-like, so probably not that much, I'd assume. Anyway, we can't really see him much, but he's kind of glowing, and he's going to get into a bigger model in a second, I hope. Yep, there we go. Now his head's actually sticking out of the water. And now he's a Luxio. Oh, and he learned Bite. He learned Bite. That's awesome. Definitely get rid of Leer. So, let's make sure he actually kept Bite. Sometimes when they level up, they don't learn their moves for some reason, which is annoying. But now I leveled up those two. And speaking of levels, the next thing I want to do is Goki stats, because as you notice, I have a ton of levels. And I know Purple does have an enchantment table. I visited his house a bit, but it's a bit too far to do this episode. Okay, so what do I want to level? From what Neros told me, this is amazing. It has a chance to get a higher ore when you mine a lower one. So when you mine coal, you can end up getting diamonds or such. And I can see this being a bit annoying if you actually want a lower resource, like you need coal and you keep getting diamonds. I think it maxes at a 7.5% chance, so it's not that high. But I still think it's a nice thing to have, so I'm going to put some of my levels in here. And yeah, let's see how high I can get it. Whoops, I wasn't paying attention, I actually used all my levels up there. But we have about a 5% chance, which is pretty high. Remember, these stats max at 25, I believe. So I'll put the rest in digging just because I think it's useful to have that. And yeah, I probably will do some training off camera or invest in some of those stats. But I try to save new stats for on camera. So yeah, I think there was a few other things I want to do. Yes, PC was one of them. So if we come in here, I should have all the supplies, a glass pane, redstone lamp, and redstone. I went back to the Poke Center we were in the first episode and stole the redstone lamp because I didn't want to go on a deep mining trip. So now if I go down here, I put the aluminum plates there, like that, and put the redstone there, redstone lamp there, and there we go. It was just lag. So, yeah, we got a PC now, and I should be able to break this and move it later on. But now that I have this here, I can freely use a PC without heading back to spawn all the time, which will be very convenient because spawn's very, very far away. So, yeah, now we can see all the team, and just to check or mention, I will probably be training these guys off camera. I might train the Snivy or Servine as well. And I do plan to still wonder trade these guys. Since I showed you the Kakuna, I don't think I'm going to use them, so I'm just going to put them in box 1, because Kakuna. Actually, I would like a Beedrill at some point, so if he is a pretty good... Let's check out his stats real quick. I don't think he was that great, but he does have a speed boosting nature. That's good for a Beedrill. And let's see his IVs. IVs 6. No, he has a horrible attack IV. Pretty good in the other ones, so I don't know. I'll just leave him here for now, and if I decide later on I want to use him, okay, I might just catch more, because they're Kakunas and Weedles. They're not hard to find. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is make a better furnace. Having all these furnaces here is nice, but there are techie mods, or somewhat tech mods in this mod pack, as I mentioned before, so I want to make an upgrade already, because I have a lot of resources, and these new furnaces are amazing. So we have the iron furnace. And now if I put this in with gold, I'll get the gold furnace. And now the final upgrade is diamond furnace. And I have just enough diamonds to do it. So, and just enough glass as well. And as long as I don't try and break this with a stone pick, it will be good. Because I did that in a test world once and I lost it and I was kind of annoyed. So this is the diamond furnace. It not only cooks way faster and is a bit more fuel efficient, but I can use upgrades on it to make it even better. I don't have the glass to do the upgrades at the moment. I don't really want to smelt the stuff right away just for that. But I would like to look into them. One upgrade I believe is, I can kind of see the one there, which is the upgraded fuel efficiency. It never runs out and it will increase your fuel efficiency. These are other upgrades to be like automated factory, like input one side, fuel input on the other, and output on the other. So that would be cool. And there's the basic fuel upgrade, which needs a lot of ender pearls and coal. I don't think I really have lapis though. But yeah, the one upgrade I really want to get is also the most overpowered one, is this, the ore processing. It will double our iron and gold output, but nothing else. But we need steel for that, which is something else I'd like to make this episode. Because to get steel, you need it for a lot of things, as I kind of mentioned before. And just to mention, I did change the steel recipe and add steel to a lot of these items. I forgot to note that earlier, because originally steel wasn't used that much besides like these things, I believe. But I said, hey, let's make it more useful in the mod pack. So now it needs 2 iron and a bunch of coal to get steel dust to make steel. So let me get that. Okay, so now I can make, I think about 10 steel here, because I want to keep some of my coal aside for, reasons. So if I put this in here and I think 1 coal probably should smelt all this steel. So now I can get steel, which is used in a lot of stuff. And I don't know, I might work on some of this off camera. The whole tree axe is a cool one. I think I might actually show you this episode. But I mainly want so I can work on like the efficiency upgrades for tools. And a marker beacon would be nice, but I don't have the lapis or the redstone to make the markers. So, yeah, steel. And I would definitely, this is something I would like to make off camera, is that ore upgrade. I can't seem to find it at the moment, which is kind of embarrassing. Here it is. So yeah, I have everything I need now but the diamonds, because I used the diamonds to make the diamond furnace. I probably should have waited on that, but I'll do some more mining off camera, hopefully get more diamonds and make that upgrade. And oh, it actually wasn't fuel efficient without the boost. That's kind of sad. But anyway, I got the steel now, so I have steel and a bunch of iron, and I have a bunch more iron ore in here, I believe. So once I get the ore upgrade, I can turn that into a ton of iron. So yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well. Okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode here. Off camera, I would like to work more on the city, maybe lay down the actual foundations for the building and work on making this slope more naturally or something. And I would also like to train my team up more. I would actually like to get them to more like 40 or 50, because that's where most other people are. Because Purple and Neros have both been catching wild Pokemon like level 40. And here I was trying to train my team to level 20 for the next episode. I'm just like, I feel so outdated, and I didn't want to wait a week just so I could start catching up with them. Or else they'd get ahead of me and I wouldn't be able to do stuff with them as much like battle. So, yeah, maybe even next episode I'll be strong enough to try rematching Purple. Who knows? So, I will still try and train or save the evolution for off camera. And I do plan to do some more mining. And hopefully I might even have my base in there ready to kind of move in and move out of here. Move the farms about and such. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how everything goes. And there are some other things I would like to look into. Like if you look here, here is from Progressive Automation, the miners, and they upgrade different miners and they'll kind of mine the blocks under them. They're kind of resource intensive, like you have to provide their picks, their fuel, cobblestone for them to fill in the hole and such, but there are something I would like to look into. And there is some other stuff I'd like to look into besides just setting up the nether portals off camera, because that might be a bit of work and I already done that in other series. So it's probably not interesting to see me make a little network, but yeah, fishing nets with these upgrades are really cool. In a test world, I actually managed to get a master ball in a fishing net using this upgrade because it pulls from the dungeon chest loot, I think. But there's one other thing I would like to make this episode of time real quick. Enchantment table, an experience chest, and yeah, a block breaker, which needs these reinforced glass walls made like this with reinforced frames, and those already make the frames. So I can make a cobblestone generator. And the other thing I'd like to make real quick, do I have any wood? Yes, I do. So I think I have just enough. Let me see if I do. 1 second. Okay, so I can make a better barrel. If you've seen some of my other series, you might know what these are. But pretty much, they are an easy way to store blocks. I don't know. Let me actually just put it right up there. So now I have this chest. It's kind of been used for cobblestone because I have so much. Now I can put it all in here. And as you can see, oh, you can't see too well, but it has, I think, 30 or 25. I'll have to move it so I can actually see it. 25 stacks of 64. It holds a whole bunch of stacks of cobblestone and has its own upgrades to give it more slots to hold more and to do other things as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool as well. I have a barrel now. I'll look into doing more of them because if I do like a cobblestone generator, I'll need more barrels to hold all the cobblestone it makes. But yeah, and also just to mention, I do want to build this city mostly out of stone and limestones and such. But there's like a limited amount of blocks I can use, like the chisel variants. There's only so many, but still, hopefully it will look cool. I'll work on getting more of the buildings kind of ready, and maybe even by next episode I can move in, like I said, or even have it enough of a city that other people can come here and it counts as like a respawn location. I don't know. Anyway, before I ramble on anymore, I think I should just end this episode here. Sorry I forgot to mention anything I did off camera that you noticed, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff I want to get done to kind of progress with the series and get caught up to where everyone else is, because they've been exploring and raiding a whole bunch of chests and getting a whole bunch of loot. And just to mention again, the links to their stuff will be in the description if you want to check out their series on the server as well. And until next time, goodbye.